complicated. Sat down, what's that sound? I passed out every now and then. Give away everything I wanted. In the cage.
Hi, this is Ian Troy. We're backstage with the owner of NewMexicoCombatSports.com, Sal Mora. Sal, man, we've been trying to do this for quite some time, and it's really good that we got the opportunity.
Definitely, definitely.
And now there's one thing that I want to say. You know, I bounce around the state a lot, and people, they tell me, you know, hey, your website, it's great. And every time I have to tell them, it's not my site. I work with this man, and all the interviews, everything that's been set up, it comes right through Sal. So, Sal, man, I have to say big props, big thanks to you, man.
No problem.
Now, tonight, a real exciting card. What would you say is the fight of the night?
I would have to say the fight of the night went through Onesimo Mirabal's fight. It went 3 rounds. He's from Belen, New Mexico. I mean, he just battled it out. I mean, they were stunning each other back and forth. It was something that was an awesome fight. Onesimo pulled it out by TKO in round 3. So I got to give him the fight of the night.
Definitely, and it's good to see him get that big win on his belt. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
So who would you say is fighter of the night?
Fighter of the night, I have to give it to Adam Oki. The reason is, Oak, I knew he took this fight on short notice. He did have injuries, and I actually asked him not to take the fight, and I told him, you know, you shouldn't take it. He said, you know, I think I can get this guy. I think I can get this guy. Watch film on him, you know, and I did, and we talked some more, and I have that relationship with these guys. I think that's the whole key with this website. And so I have to give him fight of the night because he came out and did what he said he was going to do, and he got the submission win by guillotine choke in round 1.
He's one heck of a gamer, and that's the truth. That's a stone cold truth. Talk to me about submission of the night.
Submission of the night. I'm going to give it to Joe Torres out of 3 Crosses Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. The reason for that is I've gotten emails, I've gotten phone calls saying, who is this kid from Las Cruces? Who is he? I've never seen him fight on a U.S. card. Well, if you didn't see it tonight, you missed an awesome, awesome fight. I mean, this kid is for real, 100% for real. He came out, he did his thing standing up. When the fight hit the floor, he sunk in that rear naked choke for the win. I mean, there's nothing more that I can say about that. I mean, he proved his point, and I think that was what the whole story is of tonight was guys that need to shut up or step up. They did that.
They all stepped up.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I would say, in my experience, at 3 Crosses is kind of like a hidden treasure, a little secret. Not too many people know about 3 Crosses, but yet every time you go to a show and you hear from somebody from 3 Crosses, they always come with real game.
Definitely, and what's cool about them is I believe they're a sister school of Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu, New Mexico.
Okay.
And so they all work hand in hand, and that's something awesome that's down there, down south, so they can have the MMA prosper and stuff like that for their southern fans. And let me tell you guys something. If Albuquerque or anybody from northern New Mexico hasn't seen the southern fighters, you're in for a treat because all these guys, the amateurs, they don't fight just 3 fights and then jump up to pro. They go 11-1, 12-1, 13-1 as an amateur and then turn pro. So they're a little bit more seasoned, I would say. I don't know if that's good or bad all the time, but there's something special.
Sal, talk to me about KO of the night.
KO of the night is an easy choice for me. It's Freddy Sandoval from Sandoval Fighting System. He looked good, and he was one of those fighters that needed to go out there and put up or shut up. You know, basically, and he put up. I look forward to seeing him. I hope he really did get his mind right and his focus is correct, and we see him prosper because I hope that for everybody out there in New Mexico. That's the whole point of NewMexicoCombatSports.com is to get these guys known and get their name out there and get promoters looking at them and saying, oh, well, look, he's fought here, here, and here. Well, they can see that in New Mexico. They can see that on our website. And so, anyways, going back to KO of the night, I mean, it was a spectacular knockout. I mean, he just perfect timing with that knee. What can I say? I mean, he put Drew Fickett on a stretcher, UFC vet. They took him to the hospital, and last I heard, he has an orbital fracture.
Wow, that's real.
Yeah, so that was the last thing I heard right after the Rage in the Cage completed tonight here at the Santa Ana Star Casino. And you know, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what steps go forward. I know Freddie wants to fight other guys here in New Mexico, and let's make these matches happen. You know, I think that's good for the fans.
It's good for the community.
I think it's great for the community. I think it's time for these guys that are right on the cusp of making it, either fight each other or raise up, go to the next level, and when the titles are on the line, then fight each other. When it's meaningful, if it's in the WEC, if it's at the UWC, if it's at Strikeforce, if it's in the UFC, let them fight each other then at that time, you know. But let them rise up. But let's weed everybody out there that's a wannabe now.
Definitely. You know, Sal, if you don't mind giving me the end cap on this wrap-up, I just want to reiterate once again to the fans, this man, he's the hardest working man in MMA. You can ask this man about anything. He's got the scoop. He personal relationship with fighters. You love the sport, man, and every time I talk to you, I can really tell, and it's been a pleasure working with you, man.
Great. Nice pleasure working with you, Ian. It really has been. Everybody out there, this is the guy on the interviews. He does very well for me, and he's always going to be my video guy as long as he wants to be, and I call him my video guy.
And he knows that I hate it. I ain't nobody's guy, but I'll let you cut.
He's my video guy.
Let's do one together for the camera. You know what I'm talking about? New Mexico CombatSports.com. If you haven't been there, you don't know who's fighting.
He said, she said, we said, it's complicated, sat down, what's that sound? I passed out, every now and then, give away everything I wanted. In the cage.